If you've ever tripped and felt you were learning something deep, you probably were. But there comes a time when that stops being true. Psychedelics have always been enchanting to me, and I spent much of my late teens and early 20s trying everything under the sun. I remember once when I was 19 years old sitting in my friend's Jeep on a rainy East Tennessee night high on mushrooms. Through some mix of the shrooms and the lights playing off the rain, I felt I could see my entire life at once. I felt I could see the music of my life all stretched out before me, yet somehow also within me. Sort of like in a winding mountain road in some faraway place, collapsed in and on itself as tightly and intricately as the folds of a DNA strand. If you asked me for more details about what I saw, I would have said you're missing the point. And the funny thing is that most people can never tell you specifically what they learned from a trip. Try and ask them. If they say anything, the words feel as if they aren't up to the job. The words often feel vague and seem to fail to capture the experience. But that's not to say that nothing is learned or gained. I always found the most positive effects of psychedelics is the ability to shift values. A shift in the perspective towards more acceptance and admiration and a sense of the profound beauty and absurdity of it all. Less attachment, more humor, less anger and possessiveness. It seemed it was only positive until it wasn't. There was a flip side of the reality of my late teens and early 20s. Many of those friends who would drop acid, mushrooms, and dance at local shows didn't last or didn't grow. Many of my friends from that early group as an undergrad didn't even finish college. They fell into early pregnancies, run-ins with the law, alcoholism, mental illness, or drama-filled lives. Not everyone, but many. Some finished the degrees and even higher education. I got a master's and one friend is finishing up his PhD now. Another works in a lab in South Dakota, and another is the technician at a glass-blowing museum in Ohio. It's a mixed bag. But why did some friends hit a wall? I wouldn't try and answer for them, but I almost fell off the wagon myself. Around 21 years old, the psychedelic trips I had became less and less luminary, and more a familiarity, if not pure escapism. I had work I was ignoring in my real life. My life as a physics student and as a young man attempting to make his way in the world. I also had a girlfriend at the time that seemed to be growing more distant and unpredictable. The drugs were no longer playing any positive role, yet I continued to use them well past when I should have. The psychedelics had become a habit. I wanted to recapture those early feelings of discovery and perspective. I wanted to realize that the bad parts of my life were just an absurdity and that I was somehow above it. But in reality, I was just becoming less and less grounded, less centered. That semester at 21 years old, I failed all but one class, and my girlfriend cheated on me with someone from that friend group. Emotionally, I completely surrendered. I had let go. I accepted it would all be painful, lonely, and miserable, so that I might be able to start again. I quit every drug that I had been using. I mostly separated from that early friend group besides some choice people, and I hunkered down for a long, lonely Tennessee winter, staying mostly to myself. Sometimes I wonder why I held on to regularly tripping, even when my life otherwise was falling apart. Maybe the same reason some of those old friends seemed to hit a wall. Alan Watts famously said, "If you get the message, hang up the phone." In my experience, it's hard to put the phone down. Just in case you miss that one last message, that'll make your normal life easy and pain-free and non-ambiguous. Unfortunately, the last message never comes, no matter how long you wait. You have to come back down and face the numbing reality of day-to-day life and adult responsibilities and the ambiguous tensions inherent in it. We all have contrary needs of freedom, yet also needs of community and belonging. We have needs of meaningful work, yet also financial security, needs of comfort, yet also growth and challenge. These are some of the tensions of life. Nothing to fix, just something to experience and stay in earnest relationship with. These days, psychedelics don't really interest me anymore. As of writing this, I prefer travel and my continued self-education and making art and attempting my own business and my girlfriend and my family and my mostly responsible friends. And perhaps that is for the best. Some things should be left behind.